Some things just go together. Wine and cheese, flowers in springtime, and yes, books and bottles. We pair your favorite author with your favorite drink. Your host of Books and Bottles, Benita Johnson.
Hi, welcome to Books and Bottles. I'm your host, Benita Johnson. We are the show where we introduce you to your favorite author and we pair with your favorite wine or spirit. We're excited to be back. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you in advance for sharing. Hit that share button right now. Share with your friends and share with your groups. This promises to be another fun show. So today we have a new friend of ours, Mr. William Landis, and William wrote Blood Ball. So I want to introduce you to him so we can jump right into this phenomenal book. Welcome to the show, William.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing?
Great. So I'm going to be honest with you. When I read the back of this book and it said vampires, I gave it to my middle child because this is his thing, and he's an avid reader and he ate this up. He loved it, so he inspired me to go back and read it. So congratulations on an amazing journey.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, so tell us about Blood Ball. How did you get into writing? Is this your first book?
Well, for years I've been writing this thing called science fiction poetry. Something I enjoyed doing since high school.
Okay.
Never got published on small presses. Really enjoyed it, and for a while there, just kind of had this story in my head regarding vampires and stuff, and the whole idea behind diabetes. And I had told this joke. My mother's diabetic. She didn't like it too good. I said, well, for vampires, is diabetic blood like wine? And yeah, she wasn't a big fan of it. So the whole idea of the book came along from when I was a teacher down in Robinson County.
Okay. And that's North Carolina?
Yes.
Okay.
North Carolina, right above the South Carolina border, above Dillon, between Fayetteville and Florence. Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Florence, South Carolina on 9.
That's kind of like on the 95 side.
Right on I-95.
Okay.
And while I was down there teaching for the year and a half that I was down there, there was a thing called Hurricane Matthew that happened. I'm not sure you remember that.
I do. I have some friends who are from Lumberton, so I'm pretty familiar with that area.
Right. And so they probably could tell you a lot about that hurricane and the effect it had. A lot of flooding. And it was kind of like, well, I've never experienced anything like this. I'm from, me and Jamal and Preston, we're from the same area, the Piedmont, North Carolina, the middle of the state.
Okay.
Very hilly. So our idea of a flood is a water puddle in the middle of the road. And down there it's kind of like 5-10 feet of water. I was like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah,
this is insane.
Yeah, it's kind of coastal, right?
Swampy land.
Yeah.
And so experiencing that, getting through that and seeing how it affected people down there. And then afterward there was like this crazy string of murders. I'm like, whoa, what is going on? And I start putting this all together, and I said,
so that happened for real, like the murders after the hurricane?
Yes.
Okay.
It was all together. So I just kind of do a lot of fiction in there, do a lot of things, involved a lot of history and stuff, and that's what we have.
Blood Ball. I guess over the last maybe 7 to 10 years, we've been seeing more and more TV shows about vampires, and maybe it was even before that. I just didn't pay attention. So was the vampire thing something that you've always been interested in, or just something that you've been inspired to do because of so many other things that's addressing the vampire genre, I should say?
I've always been into speculative fiction. So when I say speculative fiction, you think science fiction, horror, and fantasy. Okay. It's always been a thing. I told you when I started off, I was doing a little science fiction poetry, a very niche, very small genre, very subgenre, I'd call it. And while I was into that, I was a part of a thing called Black Science Fiction Society. If you look at African Americans in speculative fiction, it's kind of grown over time. Starting off with a writer named Octavia Butler.
Yep, I know her. Well, I know her work.
Right. Samuel Delaney. It's all in that tradition. You look at the dark matter anthology. I was
Hmm.
reading all those, I was picking that up, and I was kind of wanting to be a part of the tradition, so I wrote my own.
That's interesting that you say that, because when I read your book, I did think about Victoria Butler. I have one of her books. I'm so frustrated. I can't think of the
Terrible the
name.
Sours,
It's a one-word title.
Starseed,
I don't know. I'll tell you later.
Kindred.
And then I read Dark Matter when I was in a book club some years ago. And that was my first time reading, this type of fiction. And
Right.
it was written by African American people. So, that was kind of
Edited by
my
Sherry
first
Thomas.
introduction. Yeah. So
Right.
I liked it enough to continue reading and not be afraid of it. So the person in your book is a person named Jaleel.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't tell the whole story because we want people to read the book. But Jaleel was a junior college basketball star, and he was recognizing that, okay, maybe this is the end of his basketball journey. So what's next, for him?
Right.
All right. So did you play basketball? Is Jaleel based any on William Landis?
No, I actually have no athletic skills whatsoever. I ran track and cross country, stamina. I
Okay.
did all the sports nobody else wanted to do.
Man, running across country, that is an athletic skill.
Right, but it's always a thing that nobody else wants to do. You don't get any glory for it. It's painful. It's every other sport's punishment.
I always say I don't run
Yeah.
unless I'm being chased. So yeah.
Right. That's what everybody says. I did it for fun. That was kind of, I did it to get out of school.
Okay. So he's a basketball player, then he runs into this society of vampires. So,
Right.
What I found interesting about the book is that maybe it's just my sick sense of humor, but I did find some aspects of it sort of humorous. I think it was the grandfather
Yes.
or somebody who had already passed on, but he wanted to get high, so he was coming and sucking the blood of the drug people.
Oh yeah, he comes towards, and he goes the guy in Clay, the one of the vampires. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just found that humorous.
Right.
I found a lot of themes that you focused on in the book, things that kind of made you think, because it wasn't, always random, the people that they selected. It was almost like a purge using vampires.
Right. That's exactly what it was. I like to call it more like eugenics and stuff. We always look in black communities, kind of like the whole. I concentrate on Du Bois a lot, the African American philosopher.
Hmm.
Talking about the whole talent in the 10th. The whole theory, in my opinion, is kind of like a purge or eugenics. The whole idea is that there's a group of African Americans that are superior, and so when we think about that, they should lead and be in control of everything. So the inverse of that is that there's a 90% that really aren't worth that much. And so what do you do with that 90% that bottom 10%? The whole idea is that maybe you get
Yeah,
rid of it, right? That's the whole
right.
idea of eugenics. And we give black black people a pass on these theories because they're black, and we see it as black excellence. But you think about it, what he was suggesting was pretty much eugenics, the
Yeah,
thing that we worked against.
yeah, to kind of build a better community or society moving forward. They were kind of getting rid of, the weaker links, I should say.
The worst people, like the worst moral
Yes.
people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
what has some of the feedback you've been getting from your book?
I've heard good things. Good things that there's a lot of good history, things people didn't know, and there's a lot more deeper history that people haven't researched into. You have to do a little research when you read it. But the most valuable feedback to me was when my niece in high school read it, and she basically said it was pretty good, but she did too many time jumps in there.
Okay.
And that was like the most, straight to the point feedback I had, and it meant a lot to me.
That's the best feedback, when they
Right,
just tell you
yeah.
the truth, and it's out of
She's
love.
really honest with me, yeah.
And you put Lumberton on the map. A lot of people don't even know about Lumberton, North Carolina.
Right, and that's my favorite part about living down there, like Lumbee Native Americans. I had never heard of it until I moved down there. It's a whole culture that I enjoy being learning about. Um, there's part that goes in a lot of detail about Lumbee heritage and culture and a lot of their history and stuff, and it really
And you
goes
said
deep.
that's a Native American tribe?
Yeah, the Lumbee
Okay.
is actually the largest Native American tribe in the Southeast, from what I understand. One of not federally recognized, only state, but they work towards being federally recognized, and it is
Oh, that's
based
amazing.
in Pembroke, North Carolina.
That is good information. It's so much of our history that we're still learning,
Right,
or unlearning some untruths and kind of being exposed to, what's real. So it's a great way to do it, through fiction, because sometimes, everybody won't pick up a history book, but if you can introduce something through fiction, that makes it even better.
right, and you look at history. It's actually part of the book. He actually gets the opportunity to play basketball at a historically black college um, that really exists over there in Tennessee, and it all ties in together about the people the book talks about and where he goes to college at, and I think that's one of the cool parts about a lot of Black history in there as well.
Yeah, I like that. So, I can see this visually. And, I'm just putting it out in the universe because our executive producers, they are all into film. So I'm just putting it out there because I can see this visually. We see a lot of vampire stuff, and it's not people who look like us.
Right,
And, we have an audience that is excited about this genre. And I think, we need to see us, doing this type of work on screen. You ever thought about turning your book into a screenplay?
well, somebody actually spoke to me about there's a filmmaker named Jonathan Perry. He went to North Carolina A&T as well,
Okay.
AgProd. And we discussed it, but if that's something you guys be interested in, we'd love to talk to you about it.
I just love putting things in the universe because if
Yeah,
I put it out there, it's gonna happen.
right. Yeah, I would love to do it. If you guys think it's worthy of that, we'd love to push forward with it.
I think so. So we're gonna bring on a great team of winemakers, vineyard owners, and great entertainers. So I want to introduce you to the owners of Seven Springs Farm and Vineyard, Jamal and Preston Williams Jr. Hello, Jamal.
How are you?
Great. Hi, Preston, if you can hear me.
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear. We're doing fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining the show. So I live in Richmond, Virginia, which is about, I don't know, maybe 100 miles from you guys. But everybody in Richmond raves about Seven Springs Farm and Vineyard. So congratulations on being the premier East Coast vineyard and venue.
Thank you so much. I mean, I could not say it better myself. Thank you for recognizing.
So what got y'all into this wine business?
Well, we've owned the farm since '87, and the farm has been good to us, and we've enjoyed being out on the land. So about 7 years ago, we decided to open it up and give others an opportunity to come and spend a little time on the land. So we put together a 5-year plan, and right now we are in the final year of the 5th year of the plan.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
They say, starting a vineyard is one of the hardest things, one of the hardest businesses that you could ever start because there's so many things that are outside of your control. So congratulations on being there 5 years. So I was down there. I think I was introduced to Seven Springs in October. Y'all had the blackout.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And I was fancy. I bought like VIP tickets and everything. And it was a party. It was a family reunion. We were sitting all on top of each other, but it was family. It was failing. The band was smoking. So because I'm on y'all's mailing list, I know y'all do something all the time. How do you keep up, with doing these events?
Well,
I do 2 big events a year and I'm tired. No, I'm
Paul
tired.
is
I'm
our
not
event
tired.
planner, so I'll defer to him.
Okay, Jamal.
Go ahead, Dad. Oh. Well, we try to have a diversified catalog. So we have different events that speak to different people, all different ranges of ages, all different ranges of just experiences. So, we try not to put ourselves in a box where we're doing the same old thing, the same old way. I mean, the formula as which that we release events, how we manage events, how we coordinate events are all the same. But the type of events that we do, we want it to be different. And that's exactly what's happening. And it's all intentional, the way that we're doing it, as it provides to how the response of the people.
Okay. So I know I'm on the mailing list and I think I just got an email a week or maybe 10 days ago. Y'all about to gear up.
Yes, yes, ma'am. It's exciting, and there's more to come. We had our initial, and what I think we're most proud about is the first 2 events that we did this year were fundraisers, and it's always great in Seven Springs to give back to the community as we complete our 5-year plan. We're also going to have the next event is going to be it's going to be an Easter egg hunt. We're doing a couple pop-ups that are free events for people to come and kind of experience the vineyard for the first time. We're doing a Neo Soul Festival at the end of April that people can come and kind of have a experience where there's a lot more going on. So we're providing different tiers of experiences for people to come. If it's the first timer, if you're looking for something that's kind of introducing yourself to the tasting and the wine and the place. And then some other events where there's a little bit more people there, a lot more going on with live bands and DJs and food trucks and vendors.
Yeah. So in terms of the farming, who's the farmer?
Well, I guess that would be me.
Okay.
I've been in farming all of my life, so a little bit of hard work doesn't scare me at all. So I enjoy it.
Okay, so before you started Seven Springs, were you growing grapes?
No, ma'am. We were farming trees, and we had cattle on the farm. So it's just a combination of tree farming and cattle.
Okay. So I guess we're coming up on like your first year of a grape harvest.
Yes, we should have a significant harvest this year, and that's going to be an exciting time because we will be able to dove in full force with the full scope of what we'll be doing. So that would be an exciting time.
So will you be making your wine on premises?
We will. We're finishing up the Fed and the state application process. So by the time harvest time comes in September, all of that should be in place, and we'll be good to go.
Okay, what are you growing? What kind of grapes are you growing?
We're growing all muscadines. We have about 13 different varieties, but only 4 or 5 of the varieties are good for making wine. The Noble, the Carlos, the Magnolia, the Doreen. We use those for making the majority of the wine. The rest of them are pick and eat market kind of grapes.
Okay. So you're going to be doing a lot of different types of muscadine. You doing I was having a conversation with the winemaker earlier today, and she's starting a vineyard in Florida. And so we were talking about muscadine and how good it is as a blending grape because it can be so fruit forward, sweet, so it's really good as a blending grape as well.
Yes, it is, and that's one of the things that we're beginning to do more of. We're blending some of our wines, our reds, our whites, our dries, and our sweet, and we're getting excellent responses from the blends that we've come up with.
That's awesome, and I know y'all have a really nice shop down there. I bought some jellies or some sauces, and you can leave home with your wallet's a little light because y'all got some nice stuff.
Well, when we put the 5-year plan together, that was the intent. See, everybody's not going to do wine. Everybody's not going to want to have a good party, get that dance on. But you can come to purchase some jellies, juices, jams if you just want to come and just sit out and enjoy the view. All of that is available. Now, what we are embarking on right now is we're putting in our event center for all of our winter, and fall, and early spring events.
Okay.
So, yes, ma'am. So this winter, fall, we will have a closed-in event area for all of our people to come and just enjoy an evening.
That's amazing.
First event will be a black tie event in September.
Okay, I'll be there, hopefully.
Awesome.
I'll be there. Okay, so also, I think I remember this correctly. Everybody don't have to go home. Don't y'all have a place on there that people can stay?
Yes, we do. We have, at present, we have 2 Airbnbs. One is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and the other is a studio. But we are starting on 3 cabins down by the water. So those should be available by the end of the summer season.
That's amazing. So, I just assumed everybody knows, where Richmond is and kind of where are y'all? I'm just assuming everybody already know because I know. So where are y'all?
We're in a little community called Ridgeway, North Carolina, right off of 85. When you're driving south from Virginia, we are the second exit into North Carolina. We're only about 5 to 7 miles off of 85. When you're going north, we are about the third to the last exit in North Carolina, so you can't miss us. Once you get off of the main road, GPS will bring you right to us.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell on Jamal, Mr. Preston. When I first called him, he got on me because I was driving to Raleigh and I didn't randomly pop in and say hi to y'all. So now that we like cousins, I'm just gonna start popping in, okay?
Well, that's a good thing. Those are the kinds of things that we expect from all of our patrons, just to pop in.
Okay.
We're family.
That's right, because he got on me hard. It wasn't right.
I think that's one of the things that probably separates us from a lot of other venues, a lot of other vineyards. Customer service is number one, and our goal is to treat everybody like they are a king and a queen. We don't make differences. We believe in treating everybody to the utmost courtesy and patience. And we love everybody. It's an expression that we show versus telling about it.
And that energy is definitely permeated on the property. Like I said, we came, it was all love. And for people who, there's always folks talk about, well, where are we going to park? There is plenty of parking. That wasn't a thing.
Well, I would share with you also, I am the parking guru. So just make sure when you come, you know that I will be giving specific instructions on how we would like you to park.
You better park like this
and go out.
Coming on the angle. Exactly. You were very specific.
Exactly right. Yes, ma'am.
But it made it good. We were in and out, and we had a fantastic time at the Blackout. And I am sure we will see you again soon. So tell us your website so folks can check you out and come and see y'all and get on the mailing list so they can know about these great events.
So it's our website is 7 Springs with an S, vineyards with an S.com. We also have a active Facebook page, 7 Springs Farm and Vineyard, and an active Instagram page, 7 Springs Farm and Vineyard. And the mailing list, you go to our website, you scroll all the way down to the bottom, put in your email and click subscribe. And you'll be able to receive updated information about what's going on with the vineyard, what events are coming up, what is, I guess you can say, hot off the press, and some things that we're working on. We try to be as authentic as possible and really just transparent about what we have going on as a family and what we have going on as a venue. So you can stay up to date those 3 ways, or you can just give us a call. If you have any questions, we'll be able to help you out and assist as best we can.
I want to tell y'all now, when y'all get that indoor center, y'all ain't gonna be able to get rid of me. Y'all can say, she here in. I'm like, hey.
Well, now what I will share with you also is we will have a massage parlor and a lounge in there. So we will give you an opportunity to treat yourself, to pamper yourself when you come.
You ain't trying to send me home. I appreciate it.
No, ma'am, I'm not.
I appreciate it. I thank y'all so much for being on the show. Just hang out with me and William for a few minutes, Jamal. We just want to talk a little bit more about this amazing book and how folks can catch up with William. So just hang up. I can't even talk. Hang out. See, that's what happens when you drink the 7 Springs. You see my glass.
Right.
That's what happens when you drink the 7 Springs.
Thank you so much, William, as well. Congratulations.
Thanks
That's
a lot,
what
man.
she said when I met William in the Black Authors Network group. He said he was in the show because he have his neighbors on. I'm like, okay, who are your neighbors? And he told me y'all. So
Yeah, we thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's no problem, man.
So William, what's next? What we working on now?
I don't know. Like, one of my favorite books of all time, Harry Potter. I mean, that whole series. I mean, I know it's very cliche. Everybody loves that book. One of the highest selling books, one of the richest authors in the world right now, J.K. Rowling.
Right.
I always had a vision of a black Harry Potter. Like, imagine a black Hogwarts, HBCU wizard. I thought that would be really cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, get to work. What we got to do? We gonna set you up in one of those Airbnbs at 7 Springs, so you have
Just lock me away in there. Yeah.
You need that writing time.
Right.
All right. So, how do people get your book, William?
It's available on Amazon. It's available on the publisher's website, blackgoldpublishing.com, in their bookstore. And we're in the process of having it at Barnes & Noble. The publisher is working with Barnes & Noble to have it in store in a few select stores and also on their website. So look out for that.
Very nice. Okay. So we just appreciate all of you being on our show, being on Books and Bottles. Thank you. We couldn't do it without authors, and thank you for taking a chance on me and our show and just being a part. So we do appreciate you again. Thank you. We wish you much success on your book, and I'm sure I'm going to run into you at 7 Springs.
Oh, yeah.
When I'm hanging out with my new cousins. Authors, if you're watching and you'd like to be a part of Books and Bottles, please hit us up at info@grospROD.com. Thank you for your support. Get William Landis's book, Blood Ball. Check out 7springsvineyards.com. Order some wine. Check out their events and make sure you go down there. So until next time, we thank you for tuning in to Books and Bottles. Remember to share. Cheers.
Camped out at home for COVID? Join us, Indie TV, where you will see the talk shows, movies, drama, action, and comedy. Be the first and see it first. Sign up now for free at Indie.